Markers, give me the fucking spread. I swear to God, dude. Give it. Give me the spread. Give it to me. I want this opposite to spread. Give it to me. Ah.
Okay, now let's say hypothetically you got the blueberry cream cheese. Now then,
What the fuck is happening?
What is going
What's with the
on?
bagels?
everything in life can be compared to a bagel, you know?
Yeah, that's
Some
fair.
people in life you have three things. You got the knives and you get the cream cheese. And boy, sometimes you get the bread.
Get that bread.
You sound like you have 1,000-yard stare while you're saying
Yeah, I
okay.
can picture that too.
Welcome to the Route 1 podcast.
I don't have 1,000-yard stare. We're talking about food. It's like 1,000 island stare.
Oh my fucking.
Markers?
My wife was like some cream cheese.
Markers
What?
really wants a fucking bagel or some shit. I don't know.
Did you have dinner? Are you hungry?
I really want a lox bagel with some salmon, cream cheese, onion, tomato, chives.
That sounds good. You're making me hungry.
Right?
You sound like an ad where it's like they're trying to make the food sound like delicate and fancy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's like the Arby's commercial where
I was
it's like
literally thinking that.
no was it pulled pork, barbecue sauce on a King's Hawaiian roll,
Yeah.
mayo and cream cheese. This shit look nasty as fuck.
That's cap. I'm a big Arby's guy.
Oh, you know
Big fan
what?
of
I
the
bet
meat.
you are. I bet you are.
Yeah, that's a Michael moment. I know it
My-
is.
I
Why
can't stand
have you
Arby's.
guys been bullying him all goddamn week? Just repeating
listen.
Michael moment anytime he
I've
does something
adopted the
strange.
Michael moment.
We're all strange.
We're not bullying Michael. We're helping him. Michael, you can't be taken seriously if you eat at any establishment that just doesn't serve like lettuce.
Right.
Listen,
Name one Arby's sandwich with lettuce on it.
I will look up the menu right now. I bet that there has to be. At
you could
least
probably ask for lettuce on shit. Why would you want
think-
that?
I'm 90% sure like the point of Arby's is it's dudes who don't like lettuce.
I'm a
strange
dude that
people.
doesn't like lettuce. I'll admit it. I'll be honest.
Lettuce is like okay.
I've made so many tweets about Arby's, and most of them are like Arby's is like divorced dad central. Like
You have?
yeah.
I used to be on my Arby's grind like crazy. That used to be like my.
Your
I
Arby's
just got.
grind.
Dude, I literally it'd be like my treat after doing a really productive day. Like
And
that's
Fuck
Arby's
yeah.
level.
rewards. Remember, I'm signed up for Arby's rewards plus.
Dude, that's
If they had that, I would be. I'm dead.
a certified Michael moment actually.
Stop.
Dude, Michael Merman
really
is so
is.
funny because there's so much about Michael that you can just like sort of pick on, and it's like that's something you hear something that someone's just done or like do, and it's like, damn, that's something Michael would do.
Yeah, like I've adopted it because it's not really the most offensive thing ever. But for me, I get it, right? Because like when I say some shit like Cresselia is not good in BDSP, yeah, it's a Michael moment. Like,
You would
that's
tell
some
it-
shit only I'm saying.
You're telling me that Zacian wasn't gonna be good in fucking Series 12.
That's a Michael
That's a
moment.
fucking Michael moment.
Wait, no, I refuse to believe Michael said that.
No, he did.
Okay.
He literally did. I've got
Listen.
the evidence. I've got the
And
receipts.
It is a
I
bit
did,
of a strange
and I take
opinion.
it back. I was wrong. I'll admit. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
I don't know how anyone could think Zacian's gonna be bad in any Dynamax format.
I don't
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
I don't understand how
let
anyone
alone
could think
let alone one.
Zacian would be bad in general.
Yeah.
It's like it's like okay, you get to build a team. You get a Dynamax Mon, you get a restricted, and most of the time you're like, oh hey, you know, in Series 8, it was like, hey, you got the Dynamax Mon, like, you know, I can't Dynamax our restricted. You know, Zacian's, you know, pretty much already Dynamaxed, at least offensively. So, you know, in this format where you just get a free other restricted, it might as well be your free dog. Like, just run
Yeah.
something next to Zacian.
Yeah,
Dude, I love my free dog so much.
I've got the
I
receipts.
think my thing is he posted. I think my thing is whenever something that is like a very meta staple like Zacian was in Series 11, right, or it's just on every fucking team. It's like the 97 most used or whatever. I don't know the stats, right? But you know Zacian. It's Zacian
Yeah.
in Series 11.
Not familiar
Good
with
dog.
him, no.
My thing was I don't think it'll be as everywhere as it was prior? Potentially.
No.
I could be very wrong about that. It might just get worse. It might be even better. Like,
I'm
it might
gonna
just be
I'm gonna
on
need you
more
to list
teams.
one restricted that isn't steel type that doesn't appreciate Zacian next to it.
Well, my thought process was, right, because now you can have a restricted that combos well with another restricted.
Like Zacian.
Zacian goes well with fucking everything, which, counterpoint to exactly what I'm saying. I'll admit. I have like a probably like 40% chance to be right about this. I don't like my odds. But I do
40%.
think that maybe like 25.
All right, buddy. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
All right, fine, 10.
25.
But like,
I
listen. Okay, 8 months from now when this series is like starting to wrap up or whatever the fuck, because we're playing this all of 2020 or
it
2022.
wraps up in 7.
So yeah, like in the summer when we're playing this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And mark my words, when like Kyogre Groudon is on every team, I don't know, just throwing shit out there. All I'm saying is Zacian might fall off. That's my bold prediction.
Yeah.
I don't think
Zacian
it
used
will.
to fall off when they wise up and ban it.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I don't think it will fall off as much as other sets, like other combinations of restricteds, people will tend to prefer more. So it's not going to be bad. Other things will also be as good, maybe a little bit less than good.
I agree.
Here's what happens with Zacian. People don't realize Zacian is bad because it's not. People realize their Zacian is bad because they're running Jolly and Max.
For real.
Just Jolly
For
Max
real.
Max. Here's what happens. You literally just make it bulkier, and all of a sudden it's a whole different Pokemon.
My Zacian's got like 4 attack, and he's awesome. Actually, that's a lie. He has like 244.
Four
But
attack.
it
Don't.
For real,
It doesn't
for real.
matter.
Adamant,
'cause you can still
Adamant
just-
Zacian with 4 attack is literally like only 10 points off from Jolly Max attack Zacian. That's how busted it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter though, because like you can just click Behemoth Blade with. You can click Behemoth Blade if you're at like -6 attack, and you'll still do 75 to shit, dude. I hate that Pokemon so
Yeah.
much.
it's a ridiculous dog, and it just lives everything.
I find it so thematically appropriate that the sole Dynamax defender in the podcast hates Zacian. I don't like that it does reasonable damage.
No. I don't like it. It's not reasonable. You said it best at the beginning of the podcast. It's
to a
basically
Dynamax,
like it's
Mon.
permanently Dynamaxed. That's what I hate
Yeah.
about it. Is like, because it feels like you're clicking 2 Dynamax moves in the same turn when you're using Zacian. That's why I
Yeah.
hate
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Zacian in the fact that it invalidates Dynamax, and that makes me happy.
That's valid.
Well, okay, that just makes perfect sense as to why I hate it then.
Yeah, because it's like, hold on, the Mon that I doubled the HP is getting hit just as hard as if I didn't. What's happening?
Yeah.
Math equations flash
Why'd
on
I
screen.
even click Dynamax? Fuck.
It's just a very centralizing Pokemon. I think that a lot more restricteds would be able to, like, right now the meme restricteds are like fucking Xerneas, which is so weird. If Zacian didn't exist, Xerneas would be as good as it used to be.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just it's all you now have a Pokemon that can just
Really
click
good
buttons and go burr, when before the only one that could really do that was Kyogre, maybe Primal Groudon.
Can we appreciate that in this format, Wolfie and Santi's Players Cup teams, like the one that they used, right? They got buffed. That Moltres just evolved.
Oh,
Evolved
It is now an
into
Yveltal.
Yeah, an
Yeah,
Yveltal.
that was awful.
you're right. Holy wait, you just run Coalossal with your Yveltal over Moltres. Someone has made this joke before, I'm sure.
Now,
But there you go.
I'm very skeptical about that, though, because I did want to say this earlier when we were talking about Zacian being, like, it being played a little different, considering that it can't just, it's not the sole restricted, now it partners up well with another restricted.
Yeah.
I think Cole kind of falls off there a little bit, because, like, in Series 11, Cole was nice, because, like, you can't max the Zacian, and that's your one restricted, so it's basically like your restricted is Coalossal.
Yeah.
And that's like your main game plan of like offense and like positioning and all that. I feel like Coalossal kind of like might be on.
Colossal's fallen off. It's fallen
Yeah,
off.
Colossal-
I think he fell
Colossal's
off.
falling
You got to
off.
deal with
Colossal-
Precipice Blades and Water Spout on top of a Zacian now. Yeesh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Colossal falls off about as much as Colossal can fall off, which isn't much, but it's enough to notice. In restricted formats, single restricted, it's a lot easier to use, but double restricted, it's much more matchup dependent. But I will say, You don't even have to bring it to every match. In matchups where it's good, it's amazing.
Yeah,
so you can
yeah.
literally, and you're running it next to Yveltal like 99% of the time anyways. So you can just max the Yveltal in the bad matchups and just annihilate like
that's a
Groudon
really
and
good point.
Kyogre.
Yeah, I think Cole's gonna have to redefine its niche. It can't just be doing what it's been doing. Like the Cole's probably gonna start having to run like Helping Hand or some shit. Like
Oh
that.
no! The Cole's gonna do exactly what it's been doing. It just has a secondary mode.
I don't-
Yeah,
back
you
that doesn't have
you
Cole.
need to have a team with a Cole mode and a something else mode. You can't just run pure Cole, which a lot of the Cole teams at the time, or just in general, have 2 modes to them.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
what they've been doing in Series 11, right? Like,
I think every good team has 2 modes to it.
yeah,
For
like
real.
every good team.
You can't force the Vocalith game plan anymore because like I think its 80 base special attack finally caught up to it. Like you got to deal with these. You got to deal with like it was cool to deal with one restricted. You could muscle your way through that one because you could probably just one shot all of them, especially if it's a Zacian that's not maxing or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Now you got to deal with 2 of them on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
That's a little tough for Cole.
That's a little hard. Yeah.
I know I say this every restricted format, but I think this is finally Necrozma Dustmane's season.
Oh, yeah,
100%. I
absolutely.
1000% agree.
I
That loops back
Literally,
to my original Michael
like,
moment of saying that
yeah.
Zacian fell off because I want Necrozma to be good. That's why I said
like
any of this. To
like
begin with.
hear me out. Necrozma, Kyogre, Mimikyu. Like that's just gonna be nasty.
Oh yeah, no, like Kyogre and Necrozma is a better pair than Kyogre and Zacian for sure. Like
You could even do like
Really?
a normal rain team with
For a
Necrozma
while.
plus Glacier,
well, no,
or not Glacier, Calyrex.
Because what you can do is you can do Kyogre, Necrozma, Sun, Tornadus, and then like other guy. And you can do the same thing with you can also do the same thing with Palkia. You can do the same thing with Glostria or whatever the fuck, Calyrex Ice.
Yeah.
I think Necrozma Duskman enables Kyogre to do Kyogre things better than Zacian does. Is like end of the day what that comes down to because you have Trick Room speed control. It's also a Dynamax Pokemon. It also is just bulky as hell, right? Like
Yeah.
Free weakness policy, Mon.
yeah, like.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
That was something Kyogre teams were kind of lacking, right? Like,
Yeah.
you had the Tailwind option, and now it's like, okay, now I have a weakness policy and Trick Room option. Remember that? You remember, like, Series 1? Remember when we would click Trick Room and Bulldoze and get a policy activated? Like, dude, that just
Yeah,
came
that was
back in a
awful.
big way.
God, I hated that.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well,
Great.
Big fan.
yay! Yeah, just both Solgaleo and Necrozma, and like even Dialga I've been seeing, have extreme longevity, and I feel like in a format where everything is just one-shotting shit, that is what you want to be if you want to be an offensive mon. Unless, like, I feel like most supports are gonna end up being, what's it called? Like, how do I say? Like babies. Like, things that will die instantly if they don't have a focus sash, right?
Yeah.
So, having your main guy be someone you just sits there and does chunks of damage, I feel like that's just gonna be amazing.
Yeah. I feel like the general, like, tier list of, you know, restricteds that we had kind of developed over Series 11 of, like, you know, knowing what's good, knowing what sucks, knowing what's, like, not even a Pokemon, looking at you, base Necrozma, like, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think that largely stayed the same. It's just everything that was middle of the pack, you can also now use in tandem with a good Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, like, they just all kind of get buffed by that, which, I don't know, it's cool.
You want to
I've
know what
never
I'm? Oh, you go.
You go.
Who's going?
I'm going. Fuck it. I've been a fan of restricted format, like in general, especially GS Cup, because I tried to play GS Cup at the end of, was it Ultra Series or Moon Series? I don't remember. Back then, right?
Yeah.
Sun Moon. And I don't know. I had like a 59 GXE, like +1 win. It was like 59 wins, 58 losses, basically, was where I was at.
I feel you.
And I don't know. It probably just stemmed from me never playing with, you know, Ubers or Restricteds or those Pokemon like that in general, because, like, you know, you didn't play with those in singles unless you played Ubers, but I feel like I'm more used to it now. I think Series 11 and that kind of thing warmed me up to it in a good way.
Yeah, you have that kind of awareness of what kind of things these Pokemon can take and what kind of damage that they do when you didn't really have a reference point before.
Mm-hmm.
Can I point out a duo that I think no one's really mentioned online or anywhere really that I think actually might be kind of solid?
Absolutely.
All things considered.
What's up?
Zacian plus Rayquaza.
Rayquaza?
Ooh, yeah.
I believe it.
You know, I believe
Rayquaza
it.
kind of slept on.
Yeah, because it Dynamaxes, it beats both weathers, and Zacian's next to it to cover all the bad matchups.
Yeah, no.
Ah.
Dude, I've been thinking about this a lot. I think Zacian plus just, like, anything, like, most restricteds, like, Zacian covers its matchup. Like, I've been thinking
Yeah.
about that with Palkia, I've been thinking about that with Yveltal, like, and Rayquaza makes a whole lot of sense as well, right? Like, that's the whole thing about this format. When you choose a restricted, you're not locked to one of them. So if you're running a Rayquaza, it isn't I have one bad mon and then I gotta make up for it with my other non-restricteds. Now you can run like Zacian or Kyurga or
Yeah, it
whatever
opens
else
up a lot.
next to your Zacian. No, Zacian, Rayquaza. And like
I would argue
it works really well.
I would argue you could literally just Life Orb or Rayquaza in this format and run it as a special attacker, and it's like gonna
for
cover
sure.
most things.
Yeah, no,
Because
100%.
oh wait, hold on. You can literally run like Hurricane, Hydro Pump, Flamethrower, and it just goes crazy.
The only thing I'd be worried about is that if you're fighting weather and they just
Want the
Dynamax,
weather.
yeah, they just Dynamax their Groudon or they Dynamax their Kyogre and hit you with an ice move or hit you with a rock move back.
That's true, but
You do live 'cause they're not
you
subs,
outspeed both of them because you're base 95 and the others are base
This
90.
is true. This is
And
true.
you
I
literally
forgot
just-
he's a little faster.
Yeah, you literally just max Airstream, Behemoth Blade, and they all go down.
Yeah. It's interesting.
don't mind
It's
me
cool.
writing that
I'm
I
down
think
for
this is
Rayquaza
the-
supremacy.
I think this is the coolest part about this format right now, right? Is because like you can buff up these. They're not bad mon. Like Rayquaza is built better than shit like Blastoise, right? Just like like they're not terrible on paper, but they're terrible when it's your only restricted.
Yeah.
So when you can staple on a Zacian, the best restricted, into these like Rayquaza things, it's like, oh, hey, this is like a real team composition now.
Hey, yo, you know what I'm hyped for? I'm hyped for people running base Calyrex or fucking Cosmog like they used to do in Ultra Series.
Dude, I'm actually really thinking that if Dynamax wasn't in this format, this would be a contender for one of the best formats for GS Cup.
Yeah, no,
Oh, for
100%.
Mainly just while we can complain about like Zacian all we want, he's really only seriously oppressive in single restricted and in Dynamax.
Now you have
Like
another
in-
option to deal with him with.
Yeah, in double restricted, the existence of like Kyogre and Groudon
Calyrex.
next to anything else, yeah, like
Yeah.
the ability to cover for Zacian in your other slot, despite your main restricted maybe not being great, like if you're running Kyurem,
Yeah.
is actually just like really, really nice, and it almost makes Zacian feel like an important mon in the format.
Oh, it definitely is.
Like as far as balance goes, which sounds weird to say.
Yeah, I know, right?
But that's in non-Dynamax, but
Yeah, in non-Dynamax,
you know
I think in
what?
Dynamax too, it can help other little guys shine. You know, like Rayquaza, people who ran Rayquaza in just straight up single restricted were not doing the best. But now you have a Zacian. Now you have speed control and you're giving it to a Pokemon that already wants to just get fast and get kills instantly. They make perfect partners. Things like Kyurem, like you said, I could totally see Kyurem and Groudon, like Kyurem White Groudon being a fantastic pair.
So
yeah,
okay.
because like Groudon doesn't care about Zacian much.
After
Yeah.
this discussion, then I've figured it out. I've redacted my Michael moment because no, Zacian's not bad. Obviously, I'm not that on crack. But Marcos just said it perfectly. Having the two restricteds somehow balances the Zacian, which is just the insanely
Yeah.
broken, always oppressive thing that it will have always been. Otherwise,
Oh yeah.
'Cause now
which
it's
is
not.
crazy. And I think that's what I meant more so than Zacian sucks. 'Cause
Gotcha.
I also think that Ho-Oh gains a little bit of value, which sounds like a cope because it's Ho-Oh.
Oh yeah. No.
Big cope for Ho-Oh, but the fact that Ho-Oh gets something that isn't Ho-Oh next to it is really big.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that- no,
wait,
that's-
because Ho-Oh can also airstream.
That's a huge thing about this format. Every like mid-tier restricted just got a fucking massive buff.
Hey, what about
Because-
Mewtwo?
I think Mewtwo's never gonna be good. I'll be honest.
Mewtwo's gonna be so mid for the rest of its life, if
No.
not low tier.
strongest
No.
strongest Pokemon in the world? Nah.
Give him his Mega back!
I want to say this before I lose track of this thought. Some people might be saying, okay, well, the format is just going to end up being restricted plus Zacian, which means that it's pretty much the same, but with the Zacian on every single team. And I'll say that isn't necessarily true.
Well,
It doesn't scale linearly in the way that you might think it'd be if you just add a Zacian next to something like Ho-Oh or add a Zacian next to something like Palkia. They're literally just they are greater than the sum of their parts. Like
real.
the synergy between certain combinations of Pokemon could make them just absolutely busted.
Yeah.
Like Necrozma plus Kyogre.
Yeah, exactly what I was
Those
yes,
individually, like Necrozma on its own struggled in a lot of matchups. Kyogre on its own struggled versus like things like Rillaboom and other particular things like Regieleki. But having like a decent Trick Room Pokemon next to it, as well as saying that walls out grass types indefinitely, makes them both just super solid next to each other and makes their viability, like I said, greater than the sum of their parts.
I see the way I see it. It's less you put Zacian on any team, and it's more that most teams are just either gonna have a combination of Zacian plus Othermon, or the two Weathermons plus another Mon, like Kyogre and Groudon plus another Mon, instead of just Zacian, because I feel like most comps are either gonna have a Zacian, a Kyogre, or a Groudon, because like that is really strong.
I agree with that.
I don't really see many other. Because think about it, right? What are the, like the common combinations? You got Wydon. Shoutouts to Jer. You got Wydon. You've got Zacian Sun. You've got Zacian Rain. You've got the Rain cause with like Palkia. You've got Kyogre with Necrozma, Solgaleo, Groudon and Xerneas. Like, there's a like basic, like very common cause, and that's what it's gonna be like, I think. Which is like
Yeah.
kinda, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that. I mean, I guess that's just GS Cup. I feel like the problem with GS Cup is it's more balanced than one restricted, like by far, because you can definitely get away with running more of the mid-tier stuff with other things, like Hoa, Dialga, Palkia, Yveltal, just to name a few. But it's also GS Cup. Balancing. It's balanced, but it's also GS Cup, and I feel like that's where the whole what Michael is saying. It's like harder to be a little bit defensive in this format.
I disagree.
Oh my God,
I've been playing Zygarde Zamazenta.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I think it's either gonna be it's very hard to be a balanced team. You're either
it's
going
all
to
or
end up
nothing for
being
sure.
it's gonna be all defensive, or it's gonna be all offensive. And I think that eventually defensive is gonna come out on top, because that's just how Pokemon metas feel to go. I get what you're saying though, Murkiri. I hope it doesn't end up like near the end of Ultra Series. At least to me, it felt like it got very rock paper scissorsy with the main good pairings being the main good pairings. You couldn't really deviate from that without having some trouble, and just like I don't know, like why Ogre beat Lunadon, et cetera, et cetera. That's like the most obvious example, but it just felt very rock paper. Xerneas beat Wydon, etc.
Which is like the main issue of GS Cup in general. Like, and it was really tough in one restricted. Restricted
for
formats
sure.
in general. Like, one restricted was tough. It's more balanced than this, but also it's a little bit more dynamic. You can't just get away with running a Zacian now and clicking buttons. You have to deal with two restricteds as opposed to one.
And a Dynamaxed Pokemon, which could be one of those restricteds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out what Eternatus' best partner is here.
I am too.
Eesh.
I really want
think-
Eternatus to work. I think he's fantastic with a partner.
I get the hunch it's Kyogre, because it really appreciates the Tornadus next to it as well.
That is what I was thinking, but I think Groudon could also be a viable partner as well to help it hit Zacian a bit more, because it can hit Zacian, but it's still with a non-stab move and whatnot.
Groudon actually makes sense because you resist Kyogre move.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
Kyogre
get
fight
the
back.
sun out of the way as well.
With Groudon, pretty much comes Venusaur, so you also don't have to worry about
Exactly.
oh, do I want to Dynamax my Eternatus? No, I Dynamax my Venusaur,
and
then
so
I
it
also
evolves,
D-Max
and so it evolves.
I think we literally just said exactly what Murkiri was saying, though.
Yeah,
Like,
sorry.
hey, what is niche restricted Mon good with? It could be Zacian, Groudon, Kyogre. Take your pick. Like, that's tough. I hope that's not where this format ends up going.
If
That's
anything,
kind of where I think it's gonna end up going.
don't mind
though.
that terribly, because there's still I feel like there would be a big difference between a team that's built with a core of Kyogre and Eternatus versus a team that's built with a core of Kyogre and Necrozma. I feel like, or Necrozma Duskmane. I feel like those can end up being very different teams and played very differently.
Yeah, well, like, they're different teams, but
Yes.
it's also, like, it's hard. It's like, you gotta run the good guy to make up for having the slightly less good guy, and
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah.
how it is, unfortunately, with
And,
Pokemon.
and then it begs the question: why can't you just run two good guys and then you get stuff like what was it? Dual Primal, was that a thing?
Oh yeah.
That was like a really popular thing.
It,
I don't know.
It,
I don't know.
it
that
wasn't
format
that
at all, but-
great. I
Well,
ran
like-
it for a
Dual
bit, but it was
Primal's
funny.
pretty good in 16.
Yeah,
I feel like Groudon and Kyogre are the most oppressive in the format.
for sure,
currently.
for sure.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think Kyogre.
looking forward to figuring out stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'm very much scared of it just becoming Series 11, but again,
Yeah, I hope
With
it doesn't get
Zacian.
stale and boring. Yeah.
because
I think the double restricted adds enough where it's hard for it to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it will evolve enough. And I also want to say that I'm sorry to tack this onto your point again, Murkiri, but I am at least not too super worried about, oh, you need to have your good guy to make your bad guy work. Oh, why don't you just use two good guys? Because I know that for sure. Like, Marcos was using, like, should I spoil? I'm not allowed to spoil this core. I shouldn't.
No, you can.
It's
you
been
can
on
say
Twitter.
it. I'm pretty sure a lot. Of
Oh, he
people
put it
figured
on
out.
Twitter. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's been using Zygarde and Zamazenta, which are two not the greatest lads, and
Yeah.
you can still take down a Zacian Kyogre team with that core as long as your
That's what
supporting
I'm
mobs
really-
still work. So I think that you don't necessarily need two great guys to beat another two great
Yeah.
guys. You could have two funny guys or a funny
two great
guy.
fellas.
Yeah.
I'm
Two
really looking
amazing
forward
dudes.
to. I'm really looking forward to seeing what
Two
two
outstanding
middle
gentlemen.
of the pack restricteds work well together to the point where they are beating the.
Yeah,
the bigger
that is what
dogs.
I'm curious about. I think that Duskmane is definitely going to be on that list. Maybe Eternatus, maybe Zygarde,
Yes.
but we'll just have to see.
yeah, no, that's one thing I sort of looking forward to. Just like having two like random dudes like doing well.
Yeah.
As
Guys,
opposed to
full
beat-
transparency. I have to interrupt you. I'm sorry. Full transparency. I've been playing Showdown while we've been talking. This dude he has a Kyogre team, right? But he's got a Gastrodon on it, and he just rain danced with his Tornadus and then maxed his Gastrodon and Max Geyser, and it did nothing. And I'm just like, why?
I believe in
I
the
like rain. I'm
Gastrodon.
clicking rain button.
Go, Gastrodon, go!
I believe in you, buddy.
That's me. That's me right there. You're
I
fighting
am
me. on
clicking
Showdown.
water moves. Ah!
But also,
Okay, continue.
another thing I wanted to tack onto the whole Series 12 thing, or should I say, VGC 2022. Dude,
Happy New Year!
Okay, so Happy New Year. This is the
Oh,
first
that too.
episode since the New Year. But because of the news, we know if we're going to be playing this until August, or as most of us know, that's when Worlds happens. So we're gonna
Yeah.
be playing this into Worlds. So we're back to like the norm, the status quo. I'm not sure if that's the right way to use that, but
No, that makes sense.
we're back to where we were before 2019, where instead of having multiple formats in a year, we have one format for a year.
Oh, I didn't
And-
even think about that.
I'm pumped. I'm happy. Like because the live events are coming back potentially. We don't know for certain. There are plans for it to come, but Omicron's a bitch.
True.
Yeah, we're going to be having live events, and that also gives me a reason to care about Dynamax, to care about the format in general and playing, right?
Yep.
Because if you think about it, a lot of people who play Pokemon at the moment don't like Dynamax, and they also didn't have a reason to play it outside of like grassroots stuff.
Yeah, I think
And-
that's where Series 11 started to really just go downhill, because it was the same thing. There's no updates. Grassroots tournaments were starting to go because not as many people, went to them as often as they did at the beginning of quarantine season. So it all just kind of went down.
But yeah, now people have a motivation
Yeah.
to care for the format. People have motivation to play the game.
Ew.
More people
Caring.
and awesome stuff happening.
Yeah, this is gonna sound cringe and anime as fuck. Like, I just watched 90 episodes of one anime in a day, but like, I feel like all of 2019 and like early Sword Shield VGC, where it was different formats and series rotating and rotating and rotating, was like training newcomer players to get used to the Pokemon that they're gonna see in this current format. That's what this feels like.
That does make sense.
None of that's actually like, intentional, considering coronavirus is the one that fucking, kind of, made this this progression happen. But I'm at least grateful for the fact that I know how to play VGC now.
Yeah.
That we are in like a real tournament circuit type feel at the moment.
Game Freak
Yeah.
actually caused coronavirus so that VGC players could go through the training arc.
No, they caused it so that they could try and kill off Pokemon, and then they realized Pokemon fans were still annoying as fuck, so they had to bring it back.
I just realized I have to start working out so I can do my post time skip thing.
Yo, yes! Where's the post-time skip Marcos design? I'm hyped for that.
Post time skip me is either gonna be like top cutting
white.
regionals or bringing shit like Cosmoem and shit, because I've just given up. There's no in between.
Dude, I cannot wait until someone runs just like Zacian Cosmoem and gets CP with it. That's another thing. We might have to worry about CP again. That's crazy. Remember that?
I got 25 CP.
What the fuck?
I haven't.
I got
Yeah,
like 5.
I top cut a thing once.
Damn.
I think I top cut a 2020 event. It was I think it was either a Premier Challenge or an MSS. Top cut with Pikachu, baby. Let's go.
Oh,
Okay,
yes,
wait,
the
hold
Pikachu.
hold on. Quick maths.
Holding.
Marcos got like what? You got around like 40 CP or something from 2020? Am I tripping? I
Yeah.
don't remember. You got like 40. I got like 25. Ash got like what? What'd you say? 10?
I don't know. Whatever you get for getting second place at a PC.
What the fuck? That's gotta be like 20.
Yeah, it was 9 people, so I don't know if it scales with that.
I don't know.
I got-
I'm gonna say 10.
I got like 10 because I top cut a thing. I think. Wait, what? Because top cut gets CP.
Yeah.
All total, all of that together, that's an eighth of the way to Worlds, baby.
Dude, I cannot believe that fucking Sun Series CP still matters. I think it's carrying over.
Wait, it does?
I think so.
No, that's nuts. don't know
I
about
think
any
that
of
they said something about that. I think it sucks because if you were a senior player and you aged and now you're a masters, I think all of your points still transfer over. So senior players normally had it a bit easier. Well, no, I don't want to say easier, but they had fewer opponents, so it was a lot easier to top cut things.
Yeah.
So, they had a points advantage and compared to Masters players, but now all of those points are the same as Masters points. So they're winning. I don't remember if they're transferring them or if they're just making them start over. It would suck if they have to start over. But shoutouts to you seniors players who are now Masters. Y'all grew up during a bad time. I'm giving you a hug.
I'm down for a gigantic world.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
that sounds
excited for
fun.
that. I just don't want to die.
Downside to that, I was literally about to say that. My downside to that is I don't actually think we're ready for
Yeah, we
all of this to come back.
are so
Like,
I'm so itching to have locals every other week again and to have regionals and see that regional hype on Twitter. Like I missed that. That was some of the most exciting bits of getting into VGC for me, just having a community that's speaking the same language that I do, because beforehand I had no friends who are into Pokemon. Now I have these whole groups of people who are traveling to the other side of the country to go play Pokemon, and I could go
For
with them.
gaming purposes.
Yeah, for gaming
Yes.
purposes. And it just, I want that hype and that excitement and being able to meet people and you know, like, I have not met a single one of you in person yet, and I really, really want to get the opportunity to, but I don't want to die and I don't want to kill you guys.
Yeah, I'm literally in the same boat. Like, announcement-wise, came at a perfect time. Things started to look like they were, you know, getting at least a little bit better. Like, people were still stupid, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be an issue for a while. But, like, at least there was mandates in order to, like, you know, prevent that type of thing. Boom! Omicron suplexes your Pokemon tournaments out of existence. That's annoying. Like, if they do persist, or not persist, if, like, the tournaments do actually go through, and there is, like, say, Utah in March, I don't feel comfortable going to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that better be like some pretty strict guidelines, like the
there better be a vaccine card requirement or a booster requirement or just some kind of proof of vaccination that you have to show.
I believe there already was.
Well,
that was already a thing.
What about the quick test stuff? Like, I'm fairly sure there are quick tests now.
That's more. Yeah, that's more up the alley. of what I want.
Have a quick test that's been done like recently before you enter, and you've got to show it and it not be positive.
Yeah. Dude, imagine showing up to a fucking event where they're requiring a test proof and you show a fucking positive test result. Like, here, I took the test, sir, you're positive, but I took it. That's all you told me to do.
I tested
I tested positive for both of them.
I forgot.
for both of them.
Right,
God, but yeah, shout out this is a PSA. All of y'all listening right now, or if you go to live events, or you know people who go to live events for like anything, Smash Bros, fighting games, anything, tell them, please.
You go outside.
If you go outside, put your mask over your goddamn nose, get vaccinated, set up your booster appointment. I'm telling this to myself as well because I still haven't done that. And just wash your hands. Please.
And if you don't do any of that, I'll personally beat the shit out of you. So just keep an eye out.
But you're gonna get COVID. Come on, man. You gotta keep safe. You can't punch him.
Fuck, if I punch you out, I'll get COVID? That's not worth it.
That's
Put
what they
gloves
want,
on.
dude.
Gloves.
That's what they
Gloves.
want.
That's what they want.
Dumb motherfuckers want to get punched
Bro,
in the
they're
face.
gonna
That's
cough
what
on their
big
fists
COVID
and then
wants.
start swinging. They do poison damage now.
I don't know if y'all have seen the video, but like the video of the like the Mario Maker level with all the fire bars and he's dodging all of it, and it's not captioned.
Yeah.
Catching COVID in like December 2021.
Yeah,
That's me
and
right now,
Murkiri
dude.
Talking about, me and Murkiri were talking about that. We were like, how do either of us not have it? I just cannot believe it. Because like people around us have.
Yeah.
It's like,
You want to know what the stats are in LA? Like,
Jesus.
my mom looked it up today, or she watched the news or something, and I'm gonna trust her on this. She said that there is a 1 in 4 chance of catching COVID if you live in the LA area. I'm fucked, bro. I am fucked. Certified fucked.
And it
Pray
isn't
for
even,
me.
It isn't even like COVID. It's just like getting sick in general for me.
Yeah.
'Cause everybody in my house at the moment, I mentioned it on stream yesterday, is sick at the moment.
Oh,
It's not
yeah.
COVID. They got tested. It wasn't COVID.
But colds.
Yeah, I'm the only one in the house that hasn't gotten sick, like, at all.
Yeah.
Gee whiz.
And like, dude, how am I avoiding all this? This is crazy.
Yeah, what
I
sucks
realize-
is that even if you get a cold, you're still at risk because now your immune system's weak, so you could get COVID.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing. Is I'm very grateful for masks in general becoming like a thing.
For real.
Thank God.
For real.
Don't know why they haven't been because they were other places, but whatever. That's beside the point.
Yeah.
I've not gotten like the common cold in forever. Like easily 2 years now. And that used to be like a twice a year thing for me.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, I mean,
Wait a minute,
hey,
wait
I'll
a minute,
take
wait a
that.
minute,
That's
wait
a
a
good
minute.
positive, but
Michael, I have a question.
was up
What year did you graduate high school?
16.
Fuck. I was gonna say it would be really funny if 2 years ago that's when you got out of high school and that's why you stopped getting sick.
That would have been really funny. Well, hey, that's when I got out of community college. So
Dude, public schools are so disgusting. My poor sister. Like, I feel worried that, you just get, like, when I was in high school, you just got a cold every year. You just got one. There was no avoiding it. It was going to happen anyway, and it sucked. Why? I had people just coughing and sneezing all day in the class, and then we're all cramped together, and the bathrooms are never clean. Just why weren't masks normalized before?
Yeah, oh my god.
Why are Americans gross?
Talking about being cramped next to each other. Holy shit. My literal last semester, I was, like, my hair would touch the guy sitting behind me's back.
Oh,
we were literally back to back. That's like it felt like that.
Yeah.
Granted, that's on me for being gigantic and I didn't fit in the chair. But like it's just a testament to how not ready for any of that anything was. And it's like
now that we're actually we know what to do now, people just don't do it. So I will state again, put your mask over your nose and wash your hands. Please. Yeah.
I've also kind of realized that the reason why I probably haven't gotten sick is because I don't leave my room very often.
Hey, yo! No, that's the big brain. That's the big brain.
I would say same here because I used to not, go anywhere. Once lockdown started, I just kind of stayed inside all day. That's why my legs deflated.
Based.
Recently, though, unfortunately, going out for holiday, vacation, winter break type thing.
Yeah.
Right as Omicron started hitting, that was like, shit. Oh, of course, that's just perfect timing on my end. Great. Yeah. Annoying. The second things start to look safe, I'm going to Florida, the place that's like, oh, COVID doesn't exist. Jesus.
Pain.
Yeah,
so, I mean, it's been a while since I've been there. That's why I was not on that one episode a couple episodes back or however. I was in hell, a.k.a. Florida.
What episode? What are you talking about?
The one that I was...
2 episodes ago.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
What episode?
Yeah, he was
maybe
I mean,
you know what?
Exist.
Maybe I dreamed that. I don't know. Maybe.
He doesn't exist. It's not real. Michael's a hoax.
Yeah. What the fuck is?
I'm not even here.
What the fuck
This
is
is
Michael?
I'm sleeping right now.
Yo, I don't mean to get political. What the hell's a Michael?
What the hell's a Michael?
Fuck some Michael mode.
But like, hey, I literally went to like Hotspot Central and I'm okay right now, which is crazy.
Stay.
Like,
keep eating good foods. That's another thing. Like, just take care of your immune system. There's a lot of like vitamin gummies is a habit I've been trying to not like gummies, but just like daily vitamins. Like,
bro, I take daily vitamins all the time. I'm a gummy guzzler.
I'm not a gummy. I gotta be a gummy
guzzler,
bro. Because I've heard like just thinking about it, I'm like, man, I kind of like don't take care of myself. You don't realize how bad you treat your body until you start thinking about like, oh god, I could like die.
Yeah.
And that's a stupid set of mine because that's how global warming has happened, and I need to not think like that. But it's better to adjust later on, I guess.
I'm really hoping, and if I'm right about this, I'm gonna laugh really hard in like a dark way. If the next like big spike in COVID that happens is like a month from now on the dot, I think that coincides with what you're saying about keep taking care of yourself, because people are going to do that for their New Year's resolution for about like a month, and then they're just going to stop.
Oh my god. No, if anything, it's going to spike up. Everyone's going to go to the
crazy.
gym. Everyone's going to go to the gym at the same time.
Dude.
It might do that, yeah. Like, listen. Either way, if either of those two things happen, right, just know, like...
You called it.
Those are correlated. Take care of yourself, people. We care about you.
That's one thing I wanted to bring up. Do you guys like it's the new year, first episode of the new year? Do you guys have any resolutions?
Oh,
I do, but I'll save it for if anybody else wants to go first. So
I truly do not make New Year's resolutions because I think it's a bad habit to be in December and think I'll start doing stuff in like a month.
Oh, I agree with that, honestly.
Like, hard agree with that.
Yeah.
Somebody said it the best. It was like, new year, new me. Hell no, you ain't. You still wearing that same crusty ass hoodie. You still wearing some fucking socks from 2 weeks ago that you haven't washed. Like,
He's spitting.
New year, same you. Do you have new goals, though? Now, that's a different question because this I guess segues into what I was gonna say about I have to call it a resolution just because it's around the time and it's basically what it is. My goal is to have like
Michael be zooming.
one no shot.
No, you zoom in.
Oh my god. My thing's lighting up correctly though.
We'll deal with it.
Okay,
Are
now
you
you're
kidding me?
good.
You're
You're
back.
good.
You're back. You're back.
I can make your voice
Oh
through the
my
Zoom. And I
God.
can understand you still. Don't worry.
Okay. I mean I'm recording on my end too, so it's like it's not Jesus. Fine, never mind. New Year's resolution: don't fucking Zoom. Build a new computer
so
and not
Don't
overheat.
Okay, New Year's resolution. Fucking fix your computer already, dude.
Yeah, that's
Put
a good
water
one.
coolant in your water-cooled computer.
Get the thermal paste.
Okay. I'm literally holding it in my hand right now.
Do it like tomorrow,
uh,
if you can.
Anyway, New Year's actual resolution is to get out a like fully fleshed out artwork piece, like either print or just digital thing, just something to post online once a month. Because I can keep up with once a month. Prior to that, I wanted to do that previously, and I did. I did have something that I made each month. It just didn't really have like a coherent like theme to it. And if I did post all of that together, it wouldn't be. It would look more like a hodgepodge of things, not like this is an intentional, series that I'm doing. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's
You want to
just
go
me.
at it with
That's
the
me
goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that makes sense. That's
'cause
something that I want to. I've tried
believe in
doing.
I don't ever really believe in like the New Year, New Me resolution type thing, Like exactly what Marco said. He already.
It's definitely like more of a goal thing as opposed to, I'm just gonna do better thing. It's like more of a goal that you want to have completed by the end of the year.
Yeah.
For me, I'm
Which
gonna do
is-
the same thing, like not multiple different things, basically.
Yeah,
Well,
that's fair. So my New Year's resolution / goal number 1, and this is a silly funny. Get the fucking piss dragon, dude. Dude, the fucking. It's been like 3 weeks already. I just
so
want to
sorry.
fucking. I just want the Latios, dude. I just want it. I want it. So if y'all remember in a previous episode, I mentioned shiny hunting for Latios. I've been doing it since that episode, and I'm still doing it. I'm yet to do it. So that's one of them. The second one is I think I saw Markers post a very similar thing. Is I want to. Like, I generally don't like the whole grinding thing in terms of, like, content creation. But I definitely want to be a little bit more consistent.
Yeah, like just having videos ready for the future is, like, such a good feeling I experienced right before I went on my trip.
Yeah, so, I'm gonna start, like, I didn't stream today, of the day of recording, but I streamed yesterday. I want to just, like, have a consistent stream schedule, and then that's where my content comes from, like, the battles and stuff. And I just want to keep it consistent. I want to make it part of my schedule, because I have, issues with executive decision making, or whatever it's called. I suck at doing that. But once I make something part of my schedule, I'm able to do it.
Yeah.
So if I make it like a part of my regular schedule that every day I boot up a stream, whether or not I'm just like, playing games, shiny hunting, doing other stuff, just like chilling out with chat or something. I'm gonna make it a big deal to stream or do a bunch of YouTube related stuff like I did today. In like with all the podcast related stuff and editing that I've done today. But yeah, no, that's probably what my plan is to do this year.
Yeah, that's a great goal. Just having like, I don't know. I get what y'all are saying when you mean the New Year's resolutions. It's like just having a goal in mind, a more vague idea. The more vague idea, the better. I'd say, which is like the opposite of what you want to do for when you're setting a goal. But I find that if I try to set a New Year's resolution to like, I will do this number of days on this, like exactly, I end up not doing it. I feel like getting in the groove of like you said, adding something to your schedule, and then it becomes habit, and then it becomes normal, and then you've made the improvement, and it doesn't feel forced.
It isn't like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You make it so it doesn't feel like you're improving your life. It's like, how did I do it? You're incorporating it in a way that feels natural, and that it wasn't even a change to begin with. It's just something that happened.
Yeah. But it's positive still.
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of my things, I wouldn't call it a New Year's resolution, but it's something that I just happened to line up with. I came back on the 1st from my trip.
Mm-hmm.
I want to eat this very consistent diet that's just like high protein, low carb, mid fat. And it's like a very basic diet. Like I'm literally having 2 eggs and a ribeye steak with an orange for breakfast with a big glass of water. I'm having like a head of broccoli with like a cod for lunch, and I'm having potatoes and like chicken for dinner. And like that's every single day. Like it's very bland, but it's like very basic, and it's only what you need. And I have this Garfield calendar.
Yes.
And I'm gonna try to do that for 100 days.
That's very awesome.
See, that's it.
Garfield's
That's it,
so
right?
cool.
Like, I think the main thing that people get wrong with New Year's resolutions is that it's like a very, I am going to do a thing. Okay, how? And then they don't have the how. Like, for me, my thing is, okay, I'm going to make 12 pieces of art. I made like 24 last year, but now they're all going to have a similar theme, right? So it's like, I'm going to do one thing once a month. That's a numeric thing that like you can do at whenever. It's not like a hard goal. Like like I'm gonna lose 15 pounds, right? That's not something you can keep track of when that's exactly gonna happen,
Yeah, for sure.
You can if you do the math.
God.
Like this isn't like
3,500 calories for a pound of fat. Just eating that deficit for like
and there are people that do
2
that.
months.
And more power to them. Like, go for it, right? I don't have like beef with people that like get through their New Year's resolutions. I think that's cool as hell. But like New Year's goals, New Year's plans, New Year's strategies, New Year's habits to get into. I like those more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
my New Year's resolution is be worse.
Wow.
Everyone's New Year's resolution is normally to be better. Marcos is to be worse.
He will get
crazy.
worse. Was that
Go for a moment.
the universe has let me live another day, and I'm going to make that everyone's problem.
But I think we have reached the real hours of Stakataka.
Stack of Attacka?
I feel like the New Year's resolution at the end of the episode is a good way to end it off.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
really
wait,
good.
I didn't
like
even
that,
say
yeah.
mine.
Wait, you didn't? No.
Real
Wait,
quick.
Stop
Real quick.
being from California.
Yes.
That's it.
Perfect.
Wow.
No, it's very quick, and it's one that I want other people to hear because I want to pass this on. I want everybody to know. I don't know why I have this in my head, but I don't like blocking people on the internet, which is dumb because there's a lot of dumb people on the internet that I just would rather not talk to. But it's become a kind of thing of, haha, look, they blocked me, so I won the argument. No, you didn't. They left. and I want to get into the habit of, I've been seeing people I've followed for a long time start to get just subtly, like, I'm getting bad vibes from them. I feel like based on what they post, they are not someone who finds women of equal to men, or it feels racist what they, like, it's not an explicitly racist meme or joke or whatever that they post, but it just, like, like those women taking L's accounts and shit like that, I just get bad vibes from it, and I sound like a complete loser, or just I'm so offended by everything, but I need to get that mindset out of my head. So I'm gonna my resolution is that I want to get more comfortable with blocking people and unfollowing people who I just don't think are great people. And I want to tell
Yeah,
you all,
no, it's literally
yeah, if you have online friends or people that you've talked to or followed for a while and they end up not treating you right or they seem like they're getting into a bad crowd, it is not your responsibility to explain to them that that's bad. If you want, you could just show them that it's bad and leave. That is
True.
That is what I
Facts.
want to tell everybody, because this past 2 years I've been trying to get away from some not so great people, and just, it's the internet. If someone's a dick to you, just ignore them. That is my advice, and that is my New Year's resolution.
That is
That's facts,
amazing advice, and why can't I see your tweets anymore?
I've been blocked.
No.
But yeah, Stakataka, I was
I'm sorry.
You know who learns block by level up?
Yo.
Stakataka. So true.
Not to take away from that, because like she is spitting, and real quick, I'm gonna say this dummy fast just because I hard agree. Take care of yourself, like, dude. Nothing wrong with taking like.
Yes.
Okay, I lost the train of thought. Fuck, I was going too fast. Whatever. End the episode.
Too fast.
But
He's
you know
so-
who else? You know who else takes care of themselves?
Mm-hmm.
Visit our
The
patrons.
Patreons. What's
Yes.
They
up,
also
everybody?
take care of us.
Thank you,
Love the
everybody
patrons.
from the Patreon for supporting us. We have a few of them coming through, including Plumber, Professor Germs, and Crazy Carlton as our stack attackers. And everyone else who's supporting the Patreon, thank you very much. And thanks to you guys, we're actually able...
True, this is big.
This is a big one.
Yes.
We have a Spotify now. So, if you don't want to watch the video, or if you would prefer that you have Spotify, it's a little bit more portable, something you can listen to in the car on the way to work or school. We have a Spotify now. You can check that in the description below. But
And
yeah.
And everyone
since we're on
say thank you,
Spotify-
Murkiri, for setting it all up and converting everything to an MP3 and uploading it, because he's fucking awesome.
Thank you, Murkiri. And
Now I
since
feel
we're
like a
on
teacher.
yeah, since we're on Spotify now, all right, we're gonna end the video off like this. Since we're on Spotify now, hook me up to your car speaker right now. Okay,
no.
give you a couple of seconds.
no.
Holy shit.
Hope you're ready. All right, now turn it up to like 40 or whatever the hell it goes up to. Okay. All right, you ready? I love you.
Aww.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, and then there goes your fucking acoustics. There you go.
Lure him in and then destroy their eardrums.
Oh, pain.
But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you to the Patreons. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next episode.
Yes. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy New Year.